Astro, no. What you know about rolling down in the deep? When your brain goes numb, you can call that mental freeze. When these people talk too much, put that shit in slow motion. Yeah, I feel like an astronaut in the ocean. Ay, what you know about rolling down in the deep? When your brain goes numb, you can call that mental freeze. When these people talk too much, put that shit in slow motion. Yeah, I feel like an astronaut in the ocean. She say that I'm cool. I'm like, yeah, that's true. I believe in G-O-D. Don't believe in T-H-O-T. She keep playing me dumb. I'm a player for fun. Y'all don't really know my mental. Let me give you the picture like stencil. Falling out in a drought. No flow rain wasn't pouring down. See, that pain was all around. See, my mode was kinda lounge. Didn't know which way to turn. Flow was cool, but I still felt burned. Energy up, you can feel my surge. I'ma kill everything.
Hey guys, as you can guess, this is a new video. And yeah, I'm screwed when them guys ask for part 2 or 3 of these videos because I ain't gonna remember where I put them. And yeah, and recap for special announcement. I don't think I will be continuing because of a comment. It's not a bad comment. It was actually what made me decide I want to redo it. I want to redo that. What if Naruto was betrayed and cheated on? Because somebody said none of the other characters are fighting back or are giving a fight. So I really want to see how I could change that. So I want to start over. I don't think I'll be continuing. For what if Naruto was a prodigy? Alright, I know this part has not been advanced anyhow. I did multiple parts on it, but when I rewatch it, it just looks unsatisfying. So I got to say, I decided I would not add those parts. I'm thinking of a way to create part 3, but I'm finding the right touch to do it as yet. So be a little bit more patient, please. Okay, back to the story. What if Naruto was an exorcist? No, I'm not talking about exorcist like in Blue Exorcist or another anime exorcist. I'm just talking about like my type of exorcist. I'm creating a type of exorcist. So yeah, don't get your hopes up for like Blue Exorcist or something like that. I don't know. So anyways, and if you guys want to watch any anime so I can make what ifs of them, so give me a shout out so I can know what I should do. Anyways, continuing, we see a yellow. Wait, let me start from the beginning. It was a blood red moon, and we see a yellow-haired figure on the ground speaking to a yellow-haired male figure speaking to a red-haired female figure. He said, "This hurts," as the both of them chuckle. Says, "I guess he's the last one." And the red-haired figure is saying, I just spoiled it, didn't I? The red-haired figure says, "For both races, I think," and they chuckle to each other, coughing up a little bit of blood, as they says, "Okay, we can talk while we're in the next plane," as both of them goes limp, like they die. It was there, everything was done. Now We move to the current date and time because this was in the past. We see a yellow haired kid walking through the village of Konogakure or the leaf village. I don't know if I said I think it's Konogakure. Konogakure no Sato. I don't know. I don't I can't really say it properly. So a young kid was walking through the leaf village. I'm gonna use the English names right now. I'm just gonna stick to I'm just gonna stick to the English names for now. Please, please bear with me. So as the little boy was walking through, we get a close up to see this cross like chain hanging from his neck. Not very big, but it looks weird. It was a golden chain, but this boy was one glance of this boy and you could know that he was very poor. But all all the villagers feared this boy. They hated him and beat on him most of the times, knowing what is in him. Now, this boy was no other than Naruto Uzumaki. Now, Naruto Uzumaki have always been picked on as a child. He he didn't have any friends. He didn't trust anyone. He felt like the only one who could understand him is himself. He felt alone. Now, Naruto, at the age of 4, would only roam the streets on rare occasions. So, usually, when he does it, he has a specific reason. Now, Naruto, this time, was going towards the forest of death. Are you guys wondering, are you gonna make him OP from the start? No, you'll find out why. Now, Naruto goes to the forest, sits down, and starts meditating. And once he meditates, he feels happy because when, for some reason, when Naruto clears his mind, he feels the world. I literally mean it. Like, I'm not saying that he feels everything that's going on in the world, but for a good, for the old Konogakure, he feels what they feel. If a man get punched, he could tell how much pain the man is in. Naruto has always been a very skilled sensory person. He could he could sense the flies in mid-air and how many times the flies flap their wings. Naruto in this state was always more peaceful and calm than anything else. But unknowing to him, someone was watching him. And this person had direct orders from Hiruzen Sarutobi. Now, Hiruzen Hiruzen and one of his comrades, Kakashi, has always thought of Minato as family. But they after Minato died, they took it up on themselves to make sure that Naruto is happy. After, I'm gonna do a little flashback. After Minato and Kushina were sealing the Kyuubi inside Naruto, they sealed the full Kyuubi But to do this, Minato had to use the Reaper Death Seal, cause nothing else would stop the savage beast who was roaring and ripping through cities. Now, he used the Reaper Death Seal to brand the seal on his son, and this took his life. He wasn't knowing that this seal wouldn't have to kill Minato. If it was him, he would die peacefully because of his old age. He didn't have anything else to offer this village. But yet still, Minato took it upon himself to cast the jutsu. Now, Kakashi ordered one of his youngest friends, which is Uncle Midarashi, I think, to keep a watch on Naruto after finding out where Naruto goes in his spare time. Now, Uncle was watching Naruto until this time Naruto didn't only went there for fun. He wanted to find out who was it who was always watching him. He wondered if it was a villager waiting and seeing what I do here so they could report and talk, or was it someone that wants to kill him but waiting for the right opportunity? So this time when Naruto sits down and senses not Kunai, Uncle, in a very tall tree far away, Naruto takes up a pebble, pouring the energy that he thinks is just weird because he thinks this is the reason why the villagers fear me. So he pours energy into his left hand, letting it glow with yellow light as he throws a small pebble straight at Uncle, landing right next to her head. And he runs off as fast as he could, which is pretty fast for a kid. Now, Naruto Naruto disappeared after that day. He didn't want to go back to that place because he afraid that the lady would kill him. Because Naruto, even though knowing that he's strong, he thinks that he's inferior to everyone else around him. Now, Naruto would have major, and when I say major, I mean major self. Let's call it. What do you say it again? I can't remember you say it. Self-esteem, like he had the lowest self-esteem in the history of low self-esteem. He counted himself as trash and garbage because of how the people treat him. Now, Kunai, after a couple of days, finds Naruto. Like, she was searching because she knows that kid is something to be reckoned with. Because he threw a stone from that far distance at the age of 4. Kunai, an 8-year-old Kunai, not Kunai. Every time I say Kunai, just switch it with uncle because until later in the story, know what? Forget about that. When I said Kunai in the past, I mean uncle. Please forgive me. Uncle, knowing how dangerous Naruto could be and how much of a threat he is, immediately scouts after Naruto after what happened. And she only found him a couple days after because of how skilled Naruto is at hiding. Now Naruto was about to meditate, but he wasn't in his meditating position as yet. Until he heard, "Yo kid, you know you could have killed me back there." And Naruto My bad. Naruto was scared out of his mind when he heard the voice. And Naruto turns to see the lady that he threw the stone after, and he says, "Please don't kill me. I was just trying to escape." And Ako says, "From what?" And Naruto starts telling her about the villagers beating the hell out of him every time he's not around Ambu or the Ukage. So he always saying like, usually people when I'm alone by myself would beat on me, sometimes even try to kill me. And Uncle said, but you have the strength to fend off almost any villager that comes your way, especially these weak ones. And Naruto saying like, no, the strength I have is what made me a demon. I don't want to use it. And Uncle saying like, what? It says, I always feel this energy coursing through my body, and that is why I'm a demon. And Uncle says like, do you mean chakra, kid? And Naruto's like, what's that? Oh my god, you're so clueless. Give me a minute. I'm gonna turn off a small alarm. So Uncle starts uh, and Uncle slaps her forehead and starts explaining what's chakra. Cause Naruto asks, "What is chakra?" So Uncle started explaining. So Naruto says, "Then why do they call me a demon?" And Uncle said, "I'm not at liberty to say, but it's for a special reason. People don't like what they don't understand, kid." And Uncle, at the age of 8, by the way, saying I was treated the same way, but it wasn't because of it wasn't the same reason. I had a little bad past. And Naruto says like, you're not that old. You're just a little bit older than me. I'm twice your age, kid. Same thing. I'm only 4. And Naruto and Uncle's like, you're smart, but you don't believe in yourself. Like, why? And Naruto says, because all my life I've been told that I'm a good for nothing. And Naruto looks down, almost shedding a tear, when Uncle walks up to him, punching him in the head, says, someone tells you that you should jump off a cliff. Would you do it? And Naruto, like, saying, of course not. I would be committing suicide. And I said, God dang. Say someone tell you that you're useless, they don't know crap. Prove to them that you're more useful than them. And un- Uncle saying like, get strong and surpass what people expect you to be. And yeah, Naruto seeing Uncle as someone that he can trust. Right now says, yes, Uncle Chan. And which this makes Uncle blush because Uncle, after seeing Naruto for the first time, first thought that came to her mind, he's so cute. So yeah, this makes Uncle blush and says, Uncle Chan, are you having a fever? And Uncle says, no, this is just something that happens when certain conditions are met. And says, okay, Uncle says, can I know what are those conditions? And Uncle says, be quiet and sit down and start meditating. I want you to make sure you can control that energy inside of you to the fullest. But unknown to Uncle, what Naruto is controlling ain't normal chakra. Now, we skip a couple years to, yes, a 10-year-old Naruto. Now, Naruto had a scroll in hand as he runs and ducks into a corner. Says, is it just me, or is it that these damned ambus are getting better every second? And he did the most sensible thing he could think of and transformed into a cockroach actually, scurrying past the ambu while concealing his chakra. All the ambus passed him and he got away scot-free for now. Now Naruto, instead of going to the forest of death, cause one of the times he followed Uncle to the Okage's tower and found out that the Okage was watching him. He knows that the Hokage likes him and wouldn't do anything to hurt him, but he doesn't want no one to always have an eye on him. He doesn't trust people like that. So Naruto goes to the outskirts. He made like a pathway through Konagakure. Konagakure's walls. And when I say made a pathway, I mean like literally body flickering through a small hole. Like y'all guys must thinking like body flicker? Oh, you just jump over the wall. No, he body flickered through a small burrow under beneath. But he makes sure to do it in a very secret place where no one will really see it. All you would see was Naruto appearing outside of Konoha's gate. So Naruto, sorry for all the pauses, I'm eating something. Yeah, so Naruto always trains at the outskirts. Now, this time, the Hokage got fed up of Naruto's pranks because Naruto has been doing the one thing no child should ever do, which is taking scrolls from the Hokage's tower and literally going and training with them. Naruto found out what our chakra nature is, but he doesn't learn how to use them as yet because getting his hands on chakra paper ain't as easy as pie. But he learns a lot of jutsu, including a very special jutsu that was the cloning jutsu. Now Naruto at this age is very fast and sufficient with the body flicker, um, almost as sufficient with the body flicker as Shisui. Now Naruto have always been training and working hard since Uncle came into his life. Now this time Uncle caught him red-handed. Uncle put like a chakra checker on him. Like she infused it with her chakra and put it on Naruto. So when Naruto would run away, she would always know where to find him. Now because she heard that Naruto stole another scroll, she used the chakra paper and found Naruto and punches Naruto again and takes the scroll back to the Hokage. Which not all Naruto got to learn out of that scroll was the Shadow Clone Jutsu. No, not the Shadow Clone Jutsu. The Sun Shin Jutsu. Now, the Sun Shin Jutsu would be one of Naruto's favorite jutsus right now because it actually helps him get out of sticky situations much easier than the body flicker. And it leaves people sometimes amazed. So Naruto some of the times use Sunshin Jutsu, which Alright, for the explanation of sunshine, because I do not understand how sunshine works. Like, how does that work? Like, it's literally the flying rising, except you don't use seals. It's like the overpowered flying rising right now. But no one uses it for that express purpose. Like, how does it work? But I'm gonna say that the sunshine is a time space jutsu, which time freezes around you as you escape one time space to another. So it's just you moving at very quick speeds while the other persons that were close to you were frozen. Their minds were frozen for a split second. So yeah, they would see you disappear, but yeah. So yeah, Naruto Naruto still rubbing his head when Uncle comes back, saying, Uncle Chan, why would you do that? And says, Uncle Chan? What happened to Uncle Sama? Says, I called you that when I was 5 because, well, and Naruto blushes and says, oh, is that a fever? And Naruto says, no, it's not. Says, as you said, it happens when certain conditions are met. And Uncle start blushing, and both of them says, we won't speak of this until you reach in the academy. And Naruto says, like hell if I'm going to that demonic place. And yeah, somehow, as soon as Naruto steps in through the gates, ambush around him and knock him out and take him to the Okage's tower. Naruto wakes up being tied down inside the Okage's tower on a chair and says, Naruto Uzumaki, you forced us to do this. And Naruto saying like, what is going on here? Like that's what you can barely hear that because of the cloud covering his mouth. And then the Kage says, cut the cloth from over his mouth. He has to be able to speak for this to work. And he says, as soon as he cut it, Naruto like rolls over the chair and bites the man on his leg, trying to hop through the door when another Ambu like mm, kicks him back up to the back. Like there he's still on the chair, and he kicks him back right back in position where he was, and he had a kunai to the back of Naruto's neck, and like the third Ukage says, Naruto, you forced me to do this. I did not want to, and Naruto says, you wouldn't dare. I'm instating you into I'm I'm putting you into the Ninja Academy, says. I'd rather this man stab me in my neck back. Like the was like, what the hell is wrong with this kid? And Naruto is just trying to break out of the chair and he's making all that noise until he says, bring her in. We need to calm him down. And Uncle walks in and says, hey Runt, what are you complaining about now? And Runt says, nothing ma'am. And he sits down and says, nice work uncle. And uncle says, yes sir. Says, uncle, you traitor. Says, what? You don't want any more conditions to be met? And Naruto blushes and then he cuts it off because he don't want Okage to pick up. But Okage like glanced this and was thinking, but he says, okay, old man, don't need to wonder about anything right now. Alright, I'm in it. And Okage really wants to find out what does uncle mean by doesn't he want any more conditions to be met? So Hokage was curious as hell about this. But anyways, we go to Naruto in the going entering the academy class. Now, it said they were saying he entered a little bit late because everything happened early in the morning, and Naruto was put in the academy like the same day. So Naruto is upset as hell right now to be inside a classroom, but when he walks through, nothing pissed him off more than says, "Hey, what's the demon doing here?" Like this random brown hair kid with red red marks on his cheek says that's what says this random brown hair kid with red marks on his cheek. And Naruto says, who allowed the dog inside the class? And Naruto is just trying to piss off everyone in this class from day one, because he's saying like if he pissed off everyone, like they won't want him in the academy and he will get away. And Uncle says, "Nice try, Naruto. Pissing off everyone in this class won't do hell, cause I'm gonna be a supervisor here now." And it says, "Senpai," and everyone in the class like, "What the hell does he mean by senpai?" And says, "Yeah, the true demon of the hidden leaf is here to observe the fake one." And Naruto says, "Don't worry, ma'am. I'll be at my best behavior. You don't need to waste your time." And everyone is like, who the hell got the demon scared? Because the children knows that Naruto gets his ass beat every day, and Naruto ain't scared of shit. Like, ain't scared of no one in the village. But this random small girl voice scares the nigga enough to bow down. So they were like wondering, who the hell is this nigga? And says, but but senpai, aren't you a genin? Says, genin or not, the Ukage put me in charge of you. That means I get to stay here and slack off. And she walks through the door with like the snake around her neck and licking her lips. And like everyone in the class like saying like, dang, she's hot but she's dangerous. like Naruto says, okay, and Iruka says, Naruto, take your seat. And Naruto, without hesitation, body flickers to his seat at the back, which shocks everyone. And Iruka said, like, wondering, how the hell does this kid know the body flicker? and like and Uncle says he's been chased by Amu like practically for 2 years now, and hardly been hurt. He must have picked up some tricks. Now let's start the lesson. It says, I'm Uncle Midarashi. You can think of me as like your class monitor. And says someday I won't be here, but if anything goes wrong if that demon does anything, feel free to report it to me. And everyone in the class be like thinking, "Ooh, we're gonna get this demon in so much trouble." So now it'll be like, damn it, uncle, what did you just get me into? And yeah, Iruka starts the class with Uncle just sitting down behind, just releasing this ominous presence. Alright, so we skip a couple of years with Naruto at the bottom of the class. Like, no matter what could do, Iruka knows that Naruto is one of the strongest kids in the class. He doesn't know if he's the strongest, but he knows that Naruto is pretty strong because of the impression he gave on the first day. But Naruto doesn't show shit from that. Like, he tries his best to get the lowest grade possible. Even though I have to run from Uncle a couple of times, well, because of pulling some stunts that he know he shouldn't have pulled, like messing up like messing up the cloning jutsu, which Naruto literally could do in his sleep, but he just purposely messed that shit up. So some of the times Uncle chase him. Yeah, Naruto now is at the bottom of the class, and the two top tier students in the girls division was in the girl division. A top tier student in the girl division was, wait for it, Sasumi Uchiha. And you saying like, Sasumi? Sasuke is a girl? No. Sasuke's twin sister. Yes. But not a emo twin sister. I ain't gonna do that. So yeah, the graduation begins, and everyone in the class sees Naruto as weak. Like they forget everything about what Naruto did. They thought that Naruto pulled off like a random fluke to trick them, but they think Naruto is pretty weak. So yeah, the examination begins. Now Naruto just gets everything right because there is one part of the exam that he could be lazy and still could come first. So yeah, Naruto got second place on the examination, which actually surprised Naruto because this time he tried. Shikamaru Nara got first, and it came to the kunai and shuriken show, with Sasuke getting 9. For both, no, Sasuke got 8. Sasuke got 8 kunai and 9 shuriken, and his sister literally got the opposite, like 9 kunai and 8 shuriken. Now Naruto walks up and like just grabs a bunch of kunais out of his pouch and flings them all at once, and all of them lands on the target in such a perfect way that all of them just found a little space, and they're packed on the little red dot right now. And then Naruto goes to the shurikens, and he just start waving his arms back and forth, and shurikens start just appearing on the red spot on the target. So yeah, Naruto actually did good. So yeah, it was the last test. You're wondering, no, they didn't do the cloning jutsu because the cloning jutsu is just literal crap. If you ask me, learning the cloning jutsu ain't gonna do nothing. Because what is even a clone? It's just like a weak ass genjutsu, like something. Like if you touch it, it's supposed to disperse. Like that's it. And it doesn't even give you back information. So yeah, they just thought of it like, you know what, like, they're just illusions. So yeah, they don't really teach that thing. So the last exam was a combat examination. Now the fights went, and like they paired up everything, and instead of Naruto versus Sasuke, it's Naruto, Sasuke in a three-way battle royale. Now Naruto, like they were expecting Naruto to be like taken out as soon as the battle begins, but they were expecting what happened. And when Anku saw what's happening, she was about to intervene, but she knew that she would be too late. Now, Sasumi and Sasuke did the most wretched and unforgiving thing they could possibly do, which was not really Sasumi's plan, but Sasuke pulled her in it because Sasumi has don't want her brother to be alone, so everything that her brother does, she just follows like this obedient dog. Anyway, yeah, Sasumi and Sasuke pull off a twin fire dragon jutsu against Naruto, sending them simultaneously, oh shit, sending them at the same time towards Naruto like a combo move. Now, Naruto, knowing that there's nothing in his arsenal that can save him from this, he doesn't have enough time to perform the Sunshin, nor the substitution. And if he makes a shadow clone, they will burn straight through it. So he doesn't know what to do at this point. And he just says, "Sorry, Uncle Senpai. Guess we won't get married." And he smiles and was gonna take the hit until something they didn't imagine would happen. The cross around Naruto's neck, remember the little chain or necklace that I told you about, started to glow, and it breaks off Naruto's chain off Naruto's chain, and the chain itself expands and wraps around Naruto's right arm, while the cross grows into a sword. And like the cross is like the handle, the short top. Alright, guys, give me a minute. Let me just give you an image of it. Alright, sorry guys, I just can't find one. Just think of a crossed angle with like a katana blade. But the katana blade is glowing yellow. I just can't find or draw one. It's just not in me today to draw one, so I'm sorry. I did everything I could. I'm sorry. Anyways, so think of a golden crossed angle and a long katana blade which is glowing yellow like a lightsaber, but it's katana shaped and glowing yellow. And Naruto, all of pure instinct, grabbed the blade and waves it once, dispersing all the chakra and blowing back, dispersing all the chakra and blowing back Sasuke and Sasumi. And Sasumi, after being blown back, was going to attack again when they saw Naruto's blade disappear and the chain de-wraps from around his hand, and it went right back around his neck and turned back right back into a small necklace. So yeah, and Naruto passed right out dead there on the spot. And Sasumi runs up to Naruto and says, "Naruto, are you okay?" And no, she says, "Naruto-kun, are you okay?" And and Uncle hearing Naruto-kun, Uncle like literally says like he appears right next to the body instantaneously with that protective "this is my man" vibes, saying, "Don't worry, I'll take him to the hospital. You and Sasuke have your matches because although it's not really necessary, you can see that you guys got the strength to become ninjas." And like they were saying like, okay. And yeah, Naruto passed out and he went to the doctor. Now while Naruto was passed out, something crazy happened. the same yellow male figure and a red hair figure appeared in Naruto's landscape, which Kurama was at the back of, and Kurama says, Minato, Kushina, I am sorry, but what I did back then, I just wanted my freedom. And Minato and Kushina said, hey, no worries, we've been through worse. It says, like, really? No. And it says, a gaping hole in our stomachs ain't nothing to shed tears over. And Naruto be like, who are you? And says, like Kushina said, isn't that obvious? And Naruto says, what do you mean by that? Where are your parents, niggas? And then Naruto finally noticed the cloak and says, nope, these are fourth Ukage. You guys aren't my parents. And I think you got the wrong kid. Now Naruto says, damn, what the hell did that mean? And says, if I was a child of the fourth Ukage, I wouldn't get my ass whipped every day. So I don't believe this shit. And your grandma be like, I'm the one who killed your parents. I know your parents. I saw them give birth to you. Like, I was inside your mother when she was giving birth to you. And you were a hell of a stubborn bastard. And Naruto's like, you know it, my G. And grandma's like, you put her through a lot of pain. So, I guess I rate you for that. And Krishna punches Naruto in the head, sending him flying into the wall of the sewer. Says, Mom, why the hell would you do that? And he walks all cracking his neck. And Minato and Krishna are like, what is this kid? And says, oh, he's our son. And then Minato says, oh, so you're like my bloodline, but not Kushina, but somehow Kushina's is here. And Naruto's like, what's your bloodline? Oh, I'm an exorcist. And says, what do you exercise? Because I haven't seen any demons. Um, my bloodline and your mother's bloodline wiped them out almost decades ago. But the war that raged because of the demons actually puts the Uzumakis in a weak spot and killed all of the Namikaze family. So after the Uzumakis destroyed like the demons, the other villages target them and destroyed them. So only me and Kushina were the last survivors. And you're wondering, what about Karin and Nagato? They don't have the bloodline. I'm gonna say that they were just tainted. Like their bloodline was tainted somehow. Like just say the bloodline was tainted, or the bloodline passed on to them. Let's say that. So there should be some scattered Uzumakis all over the continent, but only the royal bloodline had the duty that we had. So it's kinda least likely to find someone like you. But don't worry, with your power there comes no cost. Except for being so shitting overpowered that he won't have any match for you. And Naruto's like, hold up. I am no match for no one in this village right now. Yes, I can beat up the villagers if I wanted, but Ambu or a Chunin, I'd get wrecked. I lost to two Genins, and he says, I almost lost to two Genins if this thing didn't pop off me and did some weird ass shit. Says like this thing is a royal heirloom of the Namikazes. Don't call it that. It's called the Holy Sword of Divine Punishment. Don't you dare mock it. And Kushina says, you're too dense. And says, so what about your hand wraps. Have you awakened them? And Naruto would be like, what are those? And then suddenly he looks down on his hand and see like like something like this. His finger is not covered, but up to here is covered. Up to here is covered in bandages, and all of it is black. And right here would have like a purple diamond. And she says, "Yes, yes, yes, my gauntlets." And she was like, "What is that? What are these? Like, what the hell are these?" Says, um, that's for another time because you can't control those. You better practice with my sword, and you better not lose it, or I'll whoop your ass. And Naruto says, good luck trying. I hope you can reach me from beyond the grave. And Minato was like, this kid, he has Kushina's attitude, but Mike's sarcasm. What did we create? and and Naruto's like, you created the perfect demon. No, it says. Naruto said, you created a new type of demon. You extinct you put the weak one in extinction and then created a hybrid. Like Minato like just said, you can say that again. Yeah. So it says, okay. So those godless, when it's time, Kushina will reappear and explain them to you. But train with that sword, it's something that only you can control. And says, we got to go. See you when this nine-tailed bastard decides he wants you to rip off the seal. And Kurama's like, okay, you darn Shinigami. Okay, you darn Shinigami slave. And says, don't worry about it. I'm in a happy place right now, unlike you. And he just disappears, and Kurama be like in there shouting, Minato! And like going on a rampage inside the cage, saying like, when I get my hands on that little yellow haired bastard, he'll wish that he wasn't born. And Kurama just like being there cursing and so. So Kushina runs up and kisses Naruto in the forehead. Do you remember so have you found yourself a girlfriend yet? And Kurama says he found himself two actually, and Kushina was like, that's my boy. And Naruto says, I'm not aware of this. Like, where the hell do you get your information from? So you're saying that Uncle Senpai ain't one, and like Senpai? And it says Naruto says, Senpai is like a big sis to me. He says, oh, so you got yourself a senpai, isn't that so? And Naruto's like, they say, oh, and that Sasumi, she she literally went on her knees next to you trying to comfort you, calling you Naruto-kun in front of the whole class. And Naruto like, it is it's an honorific, nigga. What the hell are you talking about? Like, why? Kurama says, don't worry. There's a lot more to come. After what you did when you were 4, Hinata is all head over heels for you. And Naruto just gets enough and says, bye mama, I'm gonna kill this nine-tailed bastard. And Krishna says, Nine-tails, keep me informed. You know I love you. And Krishna disappears. And Naruto says, not cool, man. Not cool. And yeah, oh, sorry for all that noise. I get distracted when I am found something to do. So if you heard all that background, I am so sorry. I hope you could hear me over the ruckus. Get over here. Darn it. Oh god. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna. I'm gonna leave it off with Naruto waking up, seeing three female figures standing over him, and that's where I'm gonna leave it. So yeah, bye guys.